morning. So we are going to work on the measures of central tendencies, so the mean, median, and mode. Okay, and I'll have some whisker plots. And the essential question is, how can you use statistics to negotiate the purchase or sale of a car? So we're going to talk about some terms. So we have the outlier. Okay, it is the number that doesn't fit with the rest of the data. Okay. We also have the median. I always think of like the median in the middle of the road, that part, where that you can't cross. So that's called the median. So median's in the middle. So the middle of the street. Okay, so it's the middle, it's the number in the middle when the numbers are placed in order. First, okay, and then we also have the mean, okay, which is the average. So you add the numbers up and divide by how many numbers there are, how many datas there are. Okay, range is going to be it's the highest number minus the lowest number. Okay, and then mode is most frequent. Look at that, MO, like for most. Most frequent. Okay, so our steps for this, everybody. So we're going to put the numbers in order. We're going to find the median, which is also our second quartile. It's the middle. So 50% of the data. And then we're going to find our quartile 1, so 25% of the data on quartile 3, which is 75% of the data. And then we're going to draw our box and whisker plot. And then that Q, everybody stands for, just going to write it because I'm saying it quartile. So that Q is for quartile. So then we're going to draw our box and whisker plot. Okay, so let's look at some data. So let's say everybody, so we have this data on tire pressure. Which I think stands for PSI. Okay, so let's say we have this data. So we have 15, 21, 31, 32, 32, 32, 17, 25, and 34. Okay, so we're going to put them in order. I do where like I cross them off as I go. So 15, 17, 21, 25, 31, 32. There's 3 32s. And then our last one is 34. Okay, so the middle number, everybody, you can do where like you count in like this. Okay, so our middle number. Okay, so this is quartile 2. Okay. Okay, remember that's the median, the middle. Okay, and then we have with the other quartiles, so we have quartile 2 is 2 middle numbers. Okay, so that means that we're going to add them together and divide by 2, so we're finding the average. So we get 19, and then we add these other two together for quartile 3. again represents 75% of the data, third quartile. So 32 plus 32 divided by 2. It's going to be 32. Okay. Now we're going to do our box and whisker plots. We're going to use our box and whisker plots. We're going to do that last step. I'm just going to number these. We have room here. Okay, so we got all of them on here. Okay, so we're going to put, so we start with 15 as our lowest. So we're going to put 15 right here. And then our first one goes to 19 right here, everybody. Okay, so I'm going to draw my first line right there. And then we keep going, actually going all the way to 34. Okay, so 34, just so you know, is actually our quartile 4. So the last number, the highest number, is always our quartile 4, fourth quartile. Okay, so let's put that on there. So, and then quartile 1 is 31. That's all the way up here. And then 32. Okay, so now we can draw our box. Okay, so this is quartile 2. Sorry, quartile 1. I don't know why I wrote quartile 2. Quartile 1. Quartile 3. Quartile 4. And this is quartile 2 right here at 31. Okay. So we can also do, everybody, where we find, it's called the inner quartile range. Okay. Okay, so we're going to find the inner, helpful if I did that correct, inner quartile range. Okay, so I, Q, R, which is the third quartile, minus the first quartile. Okay, so, and then we're going to multiply by 1.5. We're going to add the number to quartile 3 to find the upper boundary. And then we're going to subtract quartile 1 to find the lower boundary. Okay, so let me show you our steps. So we're going to do inner quartile range. So we're going to subtract 32 minus 19. So we get 13. So that's our inner quartile range. Okay, so then we're going to do upper. So it's 1 5/10 times the inner quartile range minus the quartile, plus quartile 3. Okay, so it's going to be 1.5 times 13 plus 32. Okay, everybody, this is to give us upper. Okay, and I got 51.5. So if we had any numbers that were more than 51 and 5/10, they would be considered outliers. They're not fitting in with the rest of the data. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing with lower. So it's 1.5 times the interquartile range minus quartile 1. Okay, so we're going to do that. So 1.5 times 13 minus quartile 1, which is 19. Okay, and I got 5/10. So if any of the data was less than 5/10, it would be considered an outlier. Okay, so any of them that are above or below the upper boundaries are considered outliers. Okay, so any prices above or below the boundaries are outliers. So the price might be too high or too low. Like if you're looking, this is tire pressure, they could do this one anything like finding prices for tires, finding prices for cars. Okay, everybody got this?